soccer, basketball, football. These are what we all call sports, but today we're going to be talking about a specific sport called gymnastics. Now let's flip into what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about who invented it and who created it, floor, bars, beam, and vault, the four apparatuses, and then we're also going to talk about how it entered the Olympics and when it did. Okay, so the person who created it was Frederick Luigini. He created it in the 19th century to uplift the German moral. Now, let's get to the next thing. We're going to talk about floor. Floor is when they do a bunch of flips and twists and also make up their own dance moves to music. And that's Simone Biles. She's a part of our USA Olympic team. She has won multiple gold medals, and she has taken a break last year for mental health.
It doesn't look like you've edited it correctly. You're just going to have to hit the arrow on the screen.
Where's it? Oh. Anyways. Now we're going to talk about bars. Bars is when they're on the bar and they're doing handstands and flipping around the bar. Usually they go in rotation for that four apparatuses. Usually you'll start on bars and then you'll always rotate to the next one once everybody's done and their score goes in. Now we're going to talk about beam. Beam is where they do jumps and flips, and they also make their own routines where they do flips and turns and their own dismounts. Now we're going to talk about vault. Vault is when they start at a specific point on the track to where it estimates how far you have to be able to run and get your power to be able to hit the springboard. And once they hit the springboard, they usually flip and then land. But usually they'd go twice. The first time, usually it'd be scored within what they thought. But the second time, usually you can try to improve from the first time. And now we're going to talk about how it entered the Olympics. It entered the Olympics in 1896, but only the men could compete because women weren't allowed to compete because it was against the rules. But then in 1928, the rules got overruled to where women could, and women's gymnastics started catching the eye more than men's did, so that it became a more popular sport. Let's recap on what we talked about today. We talked about who created and came up with it. We talked about the four apparatuses. We talked about floor, bars, beam, and vault. And we talked about when it entered the Olympics. I hope to catch you and watch you at the next Olympics.